The all-time high 90,000 point offer on the Chase Ink Unlimited is back, and so even though I already have this card, I'm going to be applying for it again. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the core components on the Chase Ink Unlimited, the exact reasons for why I'm applying for the card right now, the exact process for how you can actually have two Chase Ink Unlimited cards at the exact same time, and of course, we'll go through that entire application together. So as always, we're gonna hop right into the video. But before I do that, if you do enjoy videos just like this one, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe down below because it's a free and easy way to help support my channel and I would really appreciate it. Okay, so before I get into exactly why I'm applying for the Chase Ink Unlimited, let's quickly go over the core components on the card. The Chase Ink Unlimited, just like the Chase Ink Cash, is a $0 fee Chase business card, and in a way, it's basically just the equivalent of the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Both of the $0 fee Chase Ink cards have incredible welcome bonuses for $0 fee cards, but the Chase Ink Unlimited does actually have a little bit better of a bonus right now, as right now the Chase Ink Unlimited is tying the all-time high bonus on the card at being able to receive $900 bonus cash back when you spend $6,000 or more on purchases within the first 3 months of having the card. The $900 in bonus cash back is going to be given to you in the form of 90,000 Chase points, which is a pretty important distinction because if you combine the 90,000 points that you earn on the Chase Ink Unlimited with a Chase travel card like the Chase Ink Preferred, Chase Sapphire Preferred, or Chase Sapphire Reserve, then you'll actually be able to transfer those 90,000 points out to Chase's travel partners. And what that means is that instead of just getting those points in the form of $900 in cash back, by actually utilizing Chase's travel partners, you can typically get at least $1,800 in value from those 90,000 points, or maybe even more, just depending on how you utilize those travel partners. In terms of long-term value, this is pretty straightforward. The Chase Ink Unlimited can be your business catch-all card since you get 1.5x back on all purchases. And then an additional benefit is that you'll also get 5% back on Lyft purchases through March 2025. So if you travel and need a rideshare service, you could use your Ink Unlimited for that purpose as well. But ultimately, I've gotten a lot of value out of utilizing my other Ink Unlimited as my business catch-all card because I've been able to use that card for a lot of different expenses that are typically all around for this YouTube channel. So I use it to pay for my editing service, for anything for my YouTube studio, for any sort of equipment or anything like that. Now, most importantly, let's get into why I'm applying for the Chase Ink Unlimited at this exact moment. And I know that some of you may be wondering, how are you even eligible to get a Chase Ink Unlimited in the first place, considering that you already have one? And I will discuss that more in a second. But first, the number one reason that I'm applying for the Chase Ink Unlimited right now is going to be the record high welcome bonus. As I've already mentioned, 90,000 points on the Chase Ink Unlimited is a crazy high offer, and it actually matches the first offer that I got when I got my first Chase Ink Unlimited. And overall, it's just a great offer that I wanted to take advantage of for a $0 fee card. Going off that, the second reason that I'm applying for the Chase Ink Unlimited is that record high offer of 90,000 points happens to be in the form of Chase points. I would consider Chase points to be the best points currency because I love the flexibility for how you're able to utilize those points. And I also love Chase's ecosystem in terms of the travel partners that you have access to. So I'm always doing my best to build up as many Chase points as I possibly can. Finally, the last reason that I'm applying for the Chase Ink Unlimited is since it's a business card, it's going to allow me to continue to extend my 524 status. Essentially, for those of you who don't know, the Chase 524 rule is the rule stating that if you've been approved for 5 or more credit cards in the last 24 months, you'll be automatically denied for any new Chase credit cards. Right now, I'm actually at 324, and I'd love to extend the period of being under 524 for as long as I possibly can. So I'm going to be able to accomplish that goal by prioritizing business cards like this one. Okay, I promised I would cover it. So now let's go over how I'm going to get a second Chase Ink Unlimited, even though I already have one. Well, to start with, there's actually not a set rule in terms of the Chase Ink cards for how many you're actually able to have. And then secondly, for my previous application for the Chase Ink Unlimited, I basically utilized the LLC that I have for this YouTube channel where I included my EIN on that application. And then for this application in this video for the Chase Ink Unlimited, I'm going to be applying as myself, so under my social security number, which is a completely different entity than my LLC. It's even possible to have two Chase Ink Unlimited cards under one LLC or under one social security number, but it's definitely possible to have one under each. So it's definitely possible for me to get this card, and I hope that I end up getting it. Okay, now before I get into the actual application, let's go over my data points going into it. So I have a credit score of about 740 across the 3 different credit bureaus, and I have 4 hard inquiries currently on my credit report. My last 2 applications were for business cards, so the Delta Business Gold in mid-June and the IHG Premier Business in May of 2024. Then my last personal card application was the Capital and Venture X in April. And then this is a Chase credit card application, and Chase does really value relationships overall. And so I do have a pretty significant relationship with Chase. I believe I have 6 Chase credit cards at the moment. All right, everyone. So I have the Chase Ink Unlimited application pulled up and we're going to walk right through it. As a quick reminder, just for some context in terms of filling out this application, on my previous application, I filed as an LLC. So I used my own LLC for this YouTube channel and I put in my EIN for that application. For this one, I'm going to be applying as myself. So as a sole proprietor, and I'm going to use my social security number, which is how I'm actually going to be able to get 2 different Chase Ink Unlimited cards. So that's just going to be some context as we go through this. To start off with, for the authorizing officer title, I am a member, so I'm going to put that there. And then we have some personal details. This is where I'm going to put in, my name, my date of birth, mother's maiden name, my social security number, and all that type of stuff. And then I'll put in my home address as well, contact info. All that stuff is obviously pretty clear based on just whatever's the most relevant for you. After that, we have financial info. So this is going to be our total gross annual income. It has a little note here, but to kind of get into it a little bit more, basically what this means is what you're reasonably expected to earn and also all the income that is actually available to you. So I'm married and obviously we have joint bank accounts. So we share the income that we come in from both of our 9-to-5 jobs. So this is going to include my job, which is in sales. So like my base salary and my expected commissions, even though I don't know exactly what that's going to be yet. And then my wife's income as well, along with the income that I'm also going to expect to receive from my business as well. So this is going to be my total gross annual income. And this can also even include any sort of rental income or dividends from stocks and pretty much everything that's available to you. After this, under business structure, like I mentioned, I'm going to be filing as a sole proprietor for this application. On my previous one, I did it under my LLC, but I'm going to be filing under a separate entity to get the Chase Ink Unlimited on this application. And then for my business legal name, again, since I'm filing as a sole proprietor, I'm just going to put my full name under the business legal name there. This is going to be no for if my business uses another name. The number of employees. So Chase and American Express does this a little bit differently. You can see the little note right underneath the box, but it basically says to enter 0 if you're the only employee, which is obviously the case for me. For American Express, it has you enter 1, so it's just a small little change. And then business tax ID. So again, if I was filing under my LLC, I would put in my EIN. But since I'm filing as a sole proprietor, I'm going to put in my social security number again, right there. Okay, then business physical address is the same. So I'm going to put yes there. And then I'm going to put in my business phone number, as well as my business established date. So this is when I first started my LLC in this case. But what you can actually do a lot of times, depending on if you're filing for a side hustle, or maybe you even just have an idea for a business that you know you want to do in the future, you're still eligible to get a business credit card in both of those scenarios. So this is just when you reasonably expected to start to earn an income from that business. So for me, I'm going to put in my established date in terms of my LLC when I first started making money from YouTube. It's kind of around the same time I opened my LLC, but it's just up to you there. And then obviously, especially if you just have an idea for a business, you want to put what you reasonably expect the revenue to be over the next 12 months for the annual revenue, and then your estimated monthly spend. For me, a lot of that is coming from my editing service and any sort of equipment, but you'll just want to be as accurate as you possibly can for both of those scenarios there. Employee cards, I don't have any other employees, so I'm not going to add any employee cards. And then I will have paperless statements as well. Beyond that, again, this is just some information on the APRs, the $0 annual fee, and all that type of information. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up. I'm going to fill out all my personal and business info, and then I'll meet you back at the end where we actually have the moment of truth to submit the application. Okay, everyone. So I filled out all of my personal and business information. So now I'm ready for the moment of truth. I'm going to press submit, and we're all going to see together if I can get a second Chase Ink Unlimited card. All right, so let me press submit. We're working on your application. Thanks for your patience. You're all set. Your card should arrive in the mail within 5 to 7 business days. So awesome. I did get another Chase Ink Unlimited. This is exactly what I was hoping for. I'm going to start for the spend requirement to get the 90,000 point offer. As you do say, I do have a kind of a low credit line of $4,000. It's not a huge deal because obviously I'm not necessarily putting a ton of spend on it. Again, most of the spend is going to go on the card at the start to get the welcome offer. And I will be doing that and continuing to pay off the card as my statement balances hit and keeping my utilization at a decent point as well. But yeah, it looks like the card will arrive in the mail in 5 to 7 business days. Here's what you can do next. You can sign in to access the account and customize your settings. And then I will get a confirmation email when everything is active. So super excited about the card. Like I said, I'm going to get going right on the welcome offer right away. And then I do have some plans for the future over the next year for how I'm going to utilize those chase points that I'm going to get from the Ink Unlimited welcome offer. And I do have some videos coming out for those in the future. So if you did enjoy videos just like this one, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button because I do have some more videos that are coming out in the future that I think are going to be impactful. But I appreciate you all so much for watching as always. I hope you all have a great rest of your day and peace.